Matt. How are you? Good to see you. All right. We're going just in the interest of time. It's a minute after the hour, so we'll go ahead and get started. I know you guys can hear me just fine, but for the folks that are online, they always complain about bad audio, so hopefully they can hear me. Welcome to our first meeting of the summer. Our next meeting after this will be September, the first Wednesday of September. I believe that's September. I don't have it off the top of my head. We'll publish that for you guys. I'm not sure that we'll have, if Ara's going to be, Ara's walking in, my goodness. I was making time for you, Ara. So, fairly standard agenda for this evening. We should be in and out of here in about 30, 40 minutes at most. But, you know, some welcome and introductions to our law enforcement partners and county partners that are present. Some District 2 updates from Ara An in the 2nd District Supervisor's office. Public Works is not here this evening, but they gave us some materials on the non-conforming vehicle ordinance, which are those covered signs that you've seen in the neighborhood. We'll show you an example of what those look like as well. We'll talk a little bit about the Aviation Sports Complex inauguration and what activities are going on there. Board elections and welcoming of a new board member, and we'll take a vote to continue the existing board along with our new proposed member. And then a little bit of planning for National Night Out. We are holding our National Night Out event this summer. Tiffany Everett Warren is helping us organize it. Harley's stepping away. You'll see her there. She's an advisor, but she's taking a non-participatory role right now. She's stepping away from the watch, but she's always there as a resource for us. And then we'll leave have an open forum for questions. Bill, how are you feeling for introductions and? I don't even. This is Deputy Johnson, and I think that's who we got. Fujiki. That's right. I remember you. How are you? So I think they're passing out the crime stats for our area. And then whomever's speaking, I'll invite them to come up to the microphone. Okay. So they can hear, because we have some people online. That's the only reason, not that they can't hear you. Okay, you got any questions about what you see on the piece of paper? You see our neighborhood bouncing around.
All right, so like you said, I'm Lieutenant David Fujiki. I'm the Operations Lieutenant at South Los Angeles Station. I just passed out here. These are the crime statistics for the Wiseburn community for May of 2026. It looks like to me aggravated assaults are down by 50%. Robberies remain unchanged from last year. Burglaries are up 100%, but it's actually only 2 more burglaries than last year, so it's not actually like a big anomaly. Theft from vehicles are down. Most of the thefts are down in the area, and service times are all look good to me. You guys have any questions for us? Any issues, concerns, questions?
What do you guys think? Well, I guess about this question also. Do you have a date when we're going to start enforcing the oversized vehicle ordinance?
You know, I don't know the date offhand, but it's very soon. We have some parking permits that you can get from our station. I believe you come to the station and you can get a permit if you have an oversized vehicle that you want to park.
You're just interested in the actual enforcement date. I heard rumors of November 1st, but
I'd have to confirm with our parking enforcement because I don't want to give you the wrong info. Do you know what it is, Ray?
I know after they post all the hard signs on the poles, they have
signs are up, and this is but they're still covered.
and then they
So
still.
it's not quite ready yet, but they,
Okay, there you go.
the signs are up.
We'll find out.
morning convo line for the free food is, yeah, it's always, there's
Same
no
one.
There's no blocking driveways, they're fine, the red curve.
And that's what morning?
Every Thursday morning,
Thursday morning. Okay, I'll,
about eight AM to about 9:30.
okay, we'll pass that on.
Line is out there and active.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to know when they're gonna start enforcing that, no parking 20 feet from any corner,
You,
active or inactive crosswalk.
yeah, they're not enforcing it?
No,
I mean, we'll have to talk to parking enforcement and,
good luck getting hold of them.
well, I mean,
I try calling them and all I get is an answer.
you can call the station as well.
I call the station, they tell me to call traffic.
Yeah, but let them know, hey, I already called traffic, nobody came out to enforce, nobody called. If you have any other issue, you could always ask for the watch commander at the station or a field supervisor, and then they can probably help you out there.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Well, what is it? I know Eddie and I were notified like last minute that Public Works cannot come anymore, but today, the contact mentioned that for non-conforming vehicle ordinance, the signage, for the non-conforming vehicle ordinance is currently being installed in the Lennox, Del Air, and Wiseburn communities, and signs are being placed at the entrances of all unincorporated areas. It should be completed by the end of next week, and Sheriff's Department Parking Enforcement Detail reports that they have been issuing warnings and anticipate full enforcement to begin on August 3rd, 2026. So,
Here we go.
yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah, I didn't know the date off my head, yeah.
You got it
Okay,
today, so-
all right, thank you.
This is weird. If supposedly I get in an accident with an e-bike, the e-bike has no identification, and most of the e-bike riders are juveniles who don't have driver's license. What's the procedure?
It would still be a traffic report, traffic collision report.
How do you collect information? Do you call 911 and say,
I mean, if there's injuries and there's emergent, you can call 911. If not, you just call the station and, actually, this is county area, right?
Yes.
So it would be CHP would come out and take a traffic report. Maybe he knows, do you know about a traffic collision with an e-bike?
That is something if it's in our jurisdiction, like our multi-jurisdiction, we would take those crashes still.
Yeah, so just call and request a unit to come out for a traffic collision report. If there's injuries or something serious, you can call 911.
right, but if, I mean,
They're still gonna get his info. Some bikes, I think, can be impounded. There's rules. I'm not certain on the rules. And actually, our Sergeant Becerra, he's like the e-bike expert. He wasn't able to make it today, but he would probably be able to tell you better. I don't know if CHP has any better info for the.
I was gonna say, like, depending on the battery, they're not really supposed to be in the street at all. But I know that they have to be registered if they're surpassed a certain, like, battery wattage. So if it's still, like, if we pull up to that scene, you got into a crash, then obviously it would be a vehicle that's not technically registered. And then that would therefore be impounded. But yeah, for a vehicle, it basically take it pretty much as a vehicle versus bicycle crash.
Anybody else?
Once, twice, you guys are all quiet. Good. Moving on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna take pictures as well. So, Ian, before Bill poses the trick question, we're actually in the city of Hollyglen, but the area that we're talking about is Wiseburn, right? The unincorporated area on the other side, okay. So you're not caught, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Bill.
They know.
They know, all right, very good. All right, up to the mic so that they can hear you.
Thank you, Eddie. Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ara An, and I'm from Supervisor Holly Mitchell's office. And let's see, today, the update I want to share on is on Measure G. And I passed around paper that looked like this. So these are meeting information of Measure G Government Reform Task Force. So I wanted to share with you all. And also, for those of you that might not be familiar with Measure G, this was a measure that was in November 2024 ballot, and it was voted by the voters to have this charter reform at the county level. So there are many changes that are coming up. So for example, LA County CEO's position, it used to be appointed, but it's gonna be elected position. And that change is coming really fast in 2028, so happening really soon. Another big change is Board of Supervisors seat, the office where I'm from. We currently have 5 Board of Supervisors, but it will expand to 9. And that one's gonna happen a little later on 2032, but those changes are coming up, and because voters voted on it, it is coming. And in addition to that, as you can see on the description of the flyer, this was created to promote transparency, accountability, and public engagement. And Supervisor Mitchell really hopes that as we welcome these changes, there can be many community input, because we want to hear directly from the residents that will be impacted as all of you receive county services. So I wanted to share this meeting schedule, and if all of you can go, that would be great. A few things I want to add on Measure G is that in addition to CEO's position being elected and expansion of Board of Supervisors seat, there will be, through this measure, an independent ethics commission will be created. There will be Office of Ethics Compliance, and several positions will be created, like county legislative analyst, director of budget and management, and what have you. So yeah, for all additional details, you're welcome to visit the website that's listed here at measureg.lacounty.gov. And also, looking at the meeting location dates, right? As we know, LA County is so big, but these meetings are spread out. The closest one from here, I want to say, is August 12th, the C School of Los Angeles County, the Lundquist Institute on August 26th and September 23rd, and downtown LA, that's happening in December 9th too. And I saw that these meetings, they usually add virtual options, so that's available. But really quickly, rest of the pages had address of all these locations, but I didn't want to waste paper, so I'll read the address really quick. So C School, if you're interested, the address is 8400 South Vermont Avenue. Lundquist Institute, it's in Torrance, like West Carson area. It's at 1124 West Carson Street. And Hall of Administration is at 500 West Temple Street in downtown LA. So yeah, wanted to share this, and as these changes will impact all of LA County residents, if you can have interest on this and share your community input and whatnot, that will be really great. So wrapping up with that, I want to share about, Eddie touched on National Night Out. If you can come, that will be great. Last few years, our team tried to table. This year, I have to check on staffing ability, but I'll definitely be there. But I wanted to let you know, I'm not quite sure, still confirming on the tabling availability, but we'll create scrolls like last year and make sure that I visit. So looking forward to that. And on that note, thank you, Eddie, for coordinating National Night Out. I see our DPH pedestrian plan team is here. They engage with our communities a lot, so please feel free to reach out and talk to them. They will be at National Night Out event as well. I also confirmed that Department of Regional Planning team will also table. I'm still confirming information on Public Works and Department of Public Social Services. They said they can also table as well. So let's say your loved ones are using like Medi-Cal or in-home support services, general relief, and all these programs. You're welcome to come to the table and ask questions. And let's see, e-newsletter. I think we have the regular attendees here today, but let's say you're not added to our main office's regular e-newsletter. I'll be happy to add you, so please feel free to come to me and share your email address. And our office has regular email subscription, and we also have unincorporated area specific. And we're intentional about the information we share. So yeah, again, if you would like to be added to both, I'm happy to assist you. And I saw the Wiseburn Library 60th anniversary flyer. Thank you to the team for sharing that. I have an event that night, but I'm hoping to go there toward the beginning and present scroll and be part of that celebration. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll pass it back to you, Eddie. Thank you.
Is how they can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I know this is very impromptu, and I'll try my best to talk about the pedestrian plan. So, just an overview, we now have the first draft of this pedestrian plan. So about a year ago, we started outreaching to folks both in Delaire and Wiseburn. And this is to create a pedestrian plan for both one plan for both areas. So the reason why we're doing this is because we wanted to, well, Department of Public Health, in concert with Department of Public Works, as well as City Fabric and our outreach liaison, SBCC, we wanted to make sure that the streets around Delaire and Wiseburn are as safe and equitable as possible. I just wanted to also note that this is just a plan for now. It is not a promise that we are able to create all of these engineering interventions, but the idea really is to make sure that we have a plan that we can bring to the Board of Supervisors, and that when the Board of Supervisors adopts this plan, we are going to be able to find the budget and the implementation dollars for this. So as I mentioned, about a year ago, we started doing outreach. I see a lot of folks here that have joined us in our tablings, in our walk audits, as well as our CAC meetings. So all of the information that we have gathered through those outreach and the surveys as well, and the CAC meeting, the advisory committee meeting, those were very, very helpful for us. These are some of the things that we have found that the types of safety interventions that this area may need. I am not an urban planner. Unfortunately, our manager is not here today, but we are hoping to present this more in depth, hopefully in your next meeting.
Will you guys join us at National Night Out?
We are going to be here at
Perfect.
the
We can
National
have this
Night Out.
mounted and
Oh,
collect-
please.
There'll be a lot of foot traffic.
Yes,
for that
yes,
event.
yes. So again, this is the first draft. So this is the first draft. We're bringing the first draft to the community again to ensure that, our own assumptions are correct. So again, this, I don't know if you're able to see it, but there are these little icons right here. Around, this is Wiseburn, there's a couple of icons right there, and these are all safety interventions that touches on pedestrian crossings, the need for sidewalks, signalization, intersection treatments, speed management, as well as road designs. So our technical team, they will be here during the National Night Out, and they can go more in depth with this first draft of the plan. Again, we're inviting everyone to visit our table during that event, because we wanted to make sure that, again, this first draft really shows what the needs of Wiseburn are in terms of, again, safety interventions for your community. So. Oh my goodness, my name is Patricia. I'm from the Department of Public Health. And with me is Miss Myra.
Mayra Rivera from SBCC, just helping and conducting all the outreach and getting the feedback from you guys. Thank you.
You guys will have this mounted on National Lighthouse?
Yes,
Maybe? Or
we'll
version of it
have,
the
we'll
next
have
one, too?
like 2, 3 of those, and then, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna invite folks to come to our table, check out the interventions, see if it's correct. If you feel like we need more interventions around, you can definitely give us more input. If you feel like, oh, that's incorrect, it shouldn't be there, we'll take that feedback as well. So, yes. Here you go, and thanks for welcoming us again. Apologies that we weren't able to really touch base. It's been a very busy year, 7, 8 months so far, but we're back. We're back with the first draft of the plan, and we're going to be, collecting more information, and yes, so once we're done with this, the first draft, the collection of the feedback for the first draft will end sometime in December. And after that, we will again collect all the necessary information, feedback, and input, and then we are going to polish the plan for the final draft that we will again take to the Board of Supervisors for adoption sometime summer of 2027. So, yep. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Maya. Okay, I have some pictures to show you, and this is a repeat slide of what we talked about last time, right? That the non-conforming vehicle ordinance was going to be adopted and implemented, right? And it affects vehicles. It amends the LA County Code and vehicles exceeding one of these dimensions, right? 8 feet in width, 7.5 feet in height, more than 200 feet in length, right? And even though the ordinance has already taken effect, the actual implementation, according to today's email that Ara mentioned, goes into effect August 2nd, I believe. 3rd? August 3rd, thank you. August 3rd, and this is what the sign behind those little black bags. I'll trump this a little bit. Reload this, 'cause I added the pictures.
Same with what I had on my phone, close to it. I showed you at the meeting.
I think it's very close to it, if not identical, but I wanted to see if we could actually show them what that looks like. I don't know which presentation I think I can get it to go. I think I can get it to go. Yeah, it might work. It might work. Okay, it will work. It will work. Okay, so this is their official flyer in terms of what's a non-conforming vehicle. It's available in English and in Spanish. How do the permits work and where do you get them from? In our case, it's going to be South LA Station. I'm not sure why we couldn't get it at the Lawndale. Well, I do know why, but we've asked, and it's a contracted station, but technically we should be able to get it from them. But we'll engage in that discussion with them. But you'll be able to request, for those of you with RVs, you'll be able to request a permit.
This is what's behind those bags?
Yes, so what's behind those bags is this.
Oh, that, okay.
If you get a permit, just so I understand, they're not parking on the park side, the walking path side.
No, it's to park on wherever you can legally park, not on the.
But the signs are all on the ones I saw were all on the walking
That
path
doesn't make
side.
sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I think that's just, yeah, there's no parking there, period. Yeah.
So that's why it confused me.
I'm gonna repeat the question over here. Yeah.
When did that flyer come out?
It was just published. I'll send you guys a copy of the PDF. I just got it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I literally, when I was sitting next to Letty there, I was copying and pasting this in the presentation. Yeah. Yep.
The second question was, because I haven't seen it, what do they do when you have somebody doing construction? You have to go get a permit for them temporarily?
Oh, when they exceed that, that's a good question.
No,
I-
actually, when they're doing construction, parking enforcement tends to just go around it if it's active construction at your site.
Okay, so,
But if the county, when you pull permits, they might ask you if you're gonna have something out there more than a day or so, you have to get an encroachment permit. But if they're coming and going and doing deliveries, they don't mess with you.
if the drywall is coming in with the truck.
Because you're actively doing construction.
Yeah, we're talking about vehicles left there unattended, not at an active site. Yeah, that makes sense. Craig,
On the permits, how long are they good for?
24 hours is my understanding.
Okay.
Yep. I have yet to see one, right? And this literally just came out. I haven't read the flyer in its entirety just yet. Ara and I just got it over email today, trying to get them to come to our meeting this evening. So we'll try and get them for National Night Out so that there's actually somebody there from Public Works, and hopefully the station knows by then what the permits actually look like. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what's behind those little black bags. Yes.
Every entrance,
Let me show you where they are.
The way the law works is that the signs have to be posted at every entrance to every block. Now, if they add a sign mid-block, it's okay, but that's not the one that they use for enforcement. It's the first sign at every block.
So
next door, people were asking questions about what the bags were for.
yeah, so we'll send an announcement out and with a copy of what the sign is, so that people don't show up with scissors and try and kill their curiosity right then and there. They sent a map of where they had placed the signs. Unless you have very good vision, it's the yellow dots at the borders, at the surrounding areas, right? At the entrance of the neighborhood, essentially, all around along the perimeter. A couple of them along 135th, next to the white walking path, like Mona mentioned. But this doesn't prevent us from asking for more. If we notice that there is a certain area, open up a works ticket. Open up a ticket, because that's what they act on. I was asking when they were installing the one on Ocean Gate, I was asking them, hey, the entrance to Wiseburn is slanted, right? Like somebody leaned on it. It wasn't an accident. It doesn't look damaged, but like somebody bent the pole. Can you fix it? Open up a ticket. So they do act. That's what makes them work and makes them tend to our community, is the opening up of the works tickets. So give them work to do. Same thing with these signs. If you see an intersection or somewhere that is particularly prone for abuse, ask for it. Take a picture of it. Send a picture along with the works ticket. It lets you upload pictures. Send them a picture of it, and that gets traction.
One more question.
Yeah.
Have you got anything from traffic that they're going to up the, besides Thursday and Friday when they do for street sweeping? I never see parking enforcement ever in the area.
I know. I've heard from the people here that we don't get a good result from parking enforcement. Tiffany calls parking enforcement, and they come, within a couple of hours. So,
We have to call.
yeah. So, are we getting better patrolling? I don't know. I think that's a question for the station, for us to ask the station, and I think we can ask them a National Night Out. Hey, what's going on? What's going on with enforcement now that we have more things to enforce, right? From a parking perspective.
Because the lady, I can't remember her name, she was from Public Works when this thing started last year or something. And supposedly they were gonna hire all these extra parking.
I think that they got funding for this. I don't know the status of their funding, right? If they actually got that funding. I remember them saying, hey, this is going to come up with additional staff to be able to implement this and support this. I don't know if that's the case.
Because I went to the Lennox library meeting before she came here, and it was the same thing. We're gonna hire all these people, we're gonna have this stuff enforced. And I was just wondering if,
I think it's a fair question. I think we can send it to the station to let them know that we're asking that, and so that they're not surprised and that's let out that people are asking, because August 3rd, they're supposed to be enforcing this.
They're gonna be enforcing just that code, but they're not gonna be actively enforcing for other violations. They don't patrol, that's not what they do.
Yeah.
They're responsive. So
Yeah.
they respond to calls for service.
Yeah. So, I think Derek heard that. But, so Derek, let me bring your experience from,
So the county, their parking enforcement, they don't patrol. They're responsive and they respond only to calls for service because there's so little staff members in that agency and they cover a large area, not just ours. So they only come out for calls for service. That's why it's important for us to call. If we have issues, like it's repetitive, they're always parking at this red curb, then you have to be that voice. Just keep calling, hey, it's a really bad area, it's a problem area, then they'll put people out to patrol that area. But if it's just one or two calls, then they don't feel that it's necessary to patrol that area.
correct?
Two things, what's kind of surprising, I've been over in El Segundo a few times when they've had street sweeping, parking enforcement falls right behind it. And I remember in our area, back in the 60s, when my family moved in, parking enforcement falls to street sweepers.
Yeah, I mean, you're right? I don't know what the finances for this, if it's a revenue center or a cost center for them, right? Depending on how actively they enforce it, right? It could be one or the other. But I believe you. I mean, I'm sure there's a better way to do it. Right now, the only thing that we can do is let them know that we need service. Yeah, I wish I had better news for you on that front. The last three topics that we have to cover. The Wiseburn Athletic Center was inaugurated, in case you haven't noticed, on August 24th, Friday, August 24th. We had the inauguration for the Athletic Center. All the local leagues are using it. They're paying a community-based fee for it. That's slightly under what they would pay at other sites. The schools use it, of course. The middle school is using the athletic center, and then third priority is rentals, right? Third parties that when it's not being utilized by Wiseburn Aviation Girls Softball, Little League, AYSO, or the schools, then they publish rates for that for them to rent out a field, right, with the appropriate insurance. All right.
I'm sorry. I was checking information. It was a conversation right before this, so I wanted to follow up. I was checking information for you all, but back in 2024, Board of Supervisors approved $1 million to increase parking enforcement staff over the next 3 years from 2024. So, yeah, there was an effort to move parking enforcement team to Public Works, but they ended up staying at Sheriff's Department. So, let me see. And also, the department has since expanded coverage to 24 hours. So, yeah, if you have any questions, I think following up with the Sheriff's Department parking enforcement.
I think that's important because it's still a sheriff.
We provided $8 million. Just wanted to check.
Where's the money go?
But, yeah, it's the last Sheriff's Department. I wanted to make sure I got that. So, just wanted to check. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. So hopefully the funding went to the sheriff for the for that extra patrolling. Yeah.
Just to be clear,
Bob.
the center is not open to the public.
So yes, the center right now there is no open hours for it. So this is being recorded, huh? Well, I'll still say it. It doesn't mean that people can't walk onto it, But from a liability perspective, so right now, if we were to walk on AYSOs practicing out there and there's open field space, I know for a fact that I've seen kids walk on, right, and use that field space. Technically, if something were to happen, God forbid, it would be under AYSO's liability indemnification, right? Their insurance covers it, right? Just like, God forbid, if anything happens here, our insurance covers, we pay for insurance for this, right? The school doesn't charge us, but we still have to provide insurance. So that's the issue. It's a liability perspective for why there aren't any open hours. I think there's active conversations with the Hawthorne PD to try and provide and see if we can partner by providing patrol and mitigating some of that risk. The way that they do it in El Segundo has an open campus. All their campuses are open, but they're an incorporated city, right? They partner with their local law enforcement, and Parks and Rec absorb part of the costs of providing that and the liability associated with that. A bad lawsuit would bankrupt our school district. We just don't have the deep pockets or the reserves to withstand something like that. That's why they're very cautious. I think it's being explored. I think it's actively being explored. I think they've asked the Hawthorne PD, hey, look at El Segundo. They've gone out and asked other areas that have open campuses, how do you do it, right? But it's always a question of who polices it, who staffs it, and what happens when something goes wrong. Yeah. So it's not a say again? So I mean, to that point, so really quick, we put out a call for board elections. We're actually 6 months into Bill, Letty, Tim, Patrick, Harley, who's a non-voting member but an advisor, a board member emeritus, myself. I've extended our tenure, right, for the past 6 months, but we're going to take an official vote this evening, and we're inviting Tiffany Everett Warren to join the board with us. We had a couple other candidates. If they follow up and express interest, we're happy to welcome them to the board. You have to show up to a meeting to be able to be voted in. So what I'm going to do is, rather than have a fancy election with folks that don't really show up, we're just going to have a show of hands to extend this board through 2027. It would be for a 2-year period, and then we'll explore what happens after that. Tiffany, do you want me to talk about you, or do you want to? Please come on up. Tiffany's going to help us. Please, yay!
Talk about myself. Hi, everyone. Most of you I've seen your face before. My husband Thomas, you may have seen him walking a Bernedoodle in the neighborhood, and my son Xavier, who will be starting aviation in the fall. All moved here in 2019. You probably see me in the neighborhood a lot. I work from home, so I'm always here. As previously mentioned, I'm constantly calling parking enforcement because I work from home, and I look out my window and I see everything. My background is in entertainment and digital media and communications. I'm a graduate of USC, so this is a very exciting opportunity for me to get involved specifically on this board and do a little bit more on our digital side, a little bit more on social media, trying to increase membership and attendance, get more people involved, and communication. So that's me.
Thank you, Victoria.
I don't know Tiffany or did I know her husband. And for any other reason, I was passing Lois in the morning walking my dog. When she found out my wife passed away, her husband reached out to me, they invited me to their house for Thanksgiving dinner. I was so moved by that. This is a special experience.
So, and with a quick show of hands, all those in favor of continuing the board through 2027 and adding Tiffany Everett Warren to our board, please raise your hands. Any nays? Motion passes. So this board is extended through 2027. Thank you. And just so we can wrap up, some important dates. Some important upcoming dates. So again, we'll send a copy of this presentation to, via email. Tomorrow night, the Wiseburn Unified School District Board meeting happens. They always welcome questions if you provide them via email in advance. There's a form on the Wiseburn Unified School District website. They'll read out your question out loud. If you log into the board meeting, they allow asking of questions. The board will not answer the question right then and there. There are rules for that, but I invite you to participate and attend and ask questions. Tuesday, August 4th from 4 to 7 is our National Night Out event here at the library parking lot right next door to us. Wednesday, August 12th, the following Wednesday, is our dear Wiseburn Library's 60th anniversary, and they'll be having a day-long event within the library. It's going to be a hot one, I suspect, that week, so everything that they do will happen indoors. Nope, well, you having outdoors? Oh, wait, what do you do? Come, tell us what you're doing, Mona.
Well, it's a birthday party, right? So they're going to be making things for a birthday, crowns for the kids. We're going to have adult planting for taking a plant home. There's outside, we're hoping to get the Canetta ice cream truck, and we'll have the Friends of the Library book sale outside. So there's going to be stuff outside and inside. The kids are going to use sidewalk chalk and decorate for a party. Yes. And they're going to close off the parking lot, so you will not have a safety issue there. Yes?
Is it possible for us to take during that event as well? And who should we reach out to?
The librarian. Samantha, the librarian. Yeah, just check with Samantha at the library. But yeah, it's going to be like a birthday party. There'll be snacks, there'll be adult activities, kids activities. There's going to be like a little card where you go to different stations and
What are the hours?
4 to 7.
4 to 7, okay.
There's a performer from 4 to 5 for the kids. So, it'll be, a lot of fun. The actual anniversary is 6 months before, but by the time we found out when it was like in a month we couldn't pull that off in the county. It's just not possible. So, and summer's kind of part of summer reading program and stuff, so we thought it'd be better to do it in the summer. Then we can use outside. So, more to come. We'll see what happens, but bring your birthday spirit because we're going to have a good time.
And then the last important date, but not least, and this is open to the public, but it's not transmitted. There's no live transmission of this. There's no webinar or web link to attend it. It's the Citizen Bond Oversight Committee quarterly meeting on September 3rd at 6 p.m. at 201 North Douglas. Right next to the high school is the school district administration. And I'm one of the members of one of the 8 or 12 members on the Bond Oversight Committee. So they give us accounting of what they've spent, how they're spending the bond money for Measure EE, the $98 million that we passed that included the construction of the sports complex. What are they doing with that money, right? You see them repainting the schools, returfing some of the fields. They're going to be tearing out Del Air and returfing it soon. So how they're using is what they do. This is after the decisions have been made. They give it a reporting of how the expenditure of the funds has transpired. But those meetings are open to the public, so you're welcome to come along. They're usually an hour long, and they present all the numbers and all the accomplishments that they've done with pictures. I usually take snapshots or share with you the pictures that happen afterwards. Our next meeting is the second Wednesday of September. September 16th? No, September 9th. So September 9th is our next watch meeting. Wednesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. Questions? Open forum. Darren.
Top of your head, Eddie, how much of the 98 million has been spent?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know that was just over $10 million, almost $11 million. So
I know there was air need to be at a couple of schools, and that can't be cheap.
You should attend the meeting just to go see the project manager that manages the bond funds for all the campuses. Is amazingly detailed and loves questions about why things ran over, what the contingency is. They're very, very good at running and being judicious about the usage of funds. None of it is cheap. The bids that they come in, that they specialize in school bond and school construction. So they're pretty good at the hard funds and soft funds, publishing of estimates, and the reserves that they keep for emergencies and contingencies, is pretty spot on. So they're doing very well. I'll have a better, ask me again during the September meeting, because by then this meeting will have happened, and I'll bring the financials so you guys can at least take a look, because it's public information, right? How they're spending the funding of the bonds, when the deposits come in, how they're allocated, and what the projects are for the next 6 to 12 months. Yeah, they have pretty good control and pretty good transparency with how they're spending the funds. Yeah. Other questions? All right. If you see something, say something. Let us know. We'll see you guys in September. Stay cool. You'll see a couple of forwards from the supervisor's office in terms of where the cooling centers are. There's a lot of concern for folks that walk around that don't have a quick place to get some shade, where those cooling centers are or may not have air conditioning. So we'll be forwarding some of those materials as well out to you. So thank you very much. That's a very good point, Mona. That both libraries are air conditioned. Hawthorne and Wiseburn libraries are air conditioned. So if push comes to shove, come hang out at the library. Yep. Stay cool, everyone. Thank you.